and gentlemen, Nyra Wulfenshade here, ready to get started on our main story questline. So, we are doing Dressed to Deceive. I don't know if you guys remember, but when we left off, we were going to dress up as a shepherd, so we're just going to go ahead and do that real quick. So, weathered shepherds, legging, or chest piece, and then leggings right there. Boom. And now we can go talk to our quest NPCs. So let's just go right on ahead and do that. Alright. See, it says that Swedenhilt says, I preach the teachings of Azima, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Azima is keeper of the sun and goddess of iniquity. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine continuance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. Okay, that's one person to talk to. Let's see here. That one's up there. Let's go talk to Kuriel. Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was an N or an H. Ha! And you are... Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Be gone and see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. Charming fellow. Alright, there's one over here. It's probably down here in the bar. Oh, here we go. Adele Stan says, and I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say. Sorry, we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. Very dismissive. Alright. I think the last ones are... Yeah. Oh. Okay, here was the stairs. Okay. Aroldus, probably butchering it. She says, what is it? Not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? Thanks, lady. Okay, I think it's in here. Ah, there we go. Right, I was right. Haha. Earmegard. Greetings, good madame. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin you fellows at the pond north of Sandgate. Okay. Thingrid. Alright, Thingrid says, you have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Nyra. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward trespasser, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away helpless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Okay. We'll just go on over there. Then sprint. Okay, it is that way. Yeah. Okay. So far, nothing too dangerous. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There's Thancred. There. Can you do this? Yes, yes, I can do that. Yay! Okay. Alright, Thancred says, a fine morning for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing, Nyra. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for our quarry to appear. I nod. Stranger comes up and says, oh, you poor unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Thancred says, who are you? What do you want? Stranger says, be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the order of Nuldthol, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nuld. Trust them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. Thancred says, a tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful mumbler, Ungust. Ungust says, what? How did you know? You bastards tricked me. Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Thancred says, is that so? Do continue. Ungust says, very well. I am a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Materia raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them. Few as they were, everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew. So I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Materia in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Thancred says, demands? Of what kind, pray tell? Ungust continues, first of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from Nanawa. Hi. They wanted the crystal shipments from Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people, so I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Almeida. I didn't have a choice. Thancred says, protecting one's home is a noble thing, but the cost of innocence? You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak. And Gus says the was good. Thancred, what did you say? Unga says, the coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not see even a fraction of what the Umoja pay me. Thancred says, you sacrifice innocence so that you could line your own pockets. Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Ungus continues talking as I step behind him. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves or the gods. And Gus turns around and goes, ah! Not you again. Thancred says, you were the one leaking the Immortal Flames patrol routes to the enemy as well. Spit it out. And Gus goes, no, I know nothing about that. I swear it. Thancred goes, at this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth. But no matter. There will be time enough to learn the truth. Ungus starts sobbing. Thancred says, Nyra, be a dear and take word of these developments to Menphilia, would you? Yep, I will do that. Thancred continues, I shall prise everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Okay. I don't think we need these clothes anymore, so I'll just change. Boop. Okay. Now, I have... There we go. We'll use these. Alright. We've arrived back at Vesper Bay. Let's go report to Menphilia. She is going to be right over here in the Waking Sands. Oh, there we go. Waking Sands entrance. Straight through the double doors and the next ones. Ooh, stretch. Menphilia! Thancred sent me to report. Menphilia says, welcome back, Nyra. I am pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see. You have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Quest complete. Alright. Menphilia continues after accepting quest. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots. He is a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Erosia. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of a process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Make it to Mutamix and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thanalan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke and the way will become clear. Pillar of smoke, huh? Alright. Where does the map take me? Oops, there we go. And there we go. Oh, I don't have a mount. I don't have a mount. Hopefully we'll be fixing that soon. Okay, looks like we need to go up here. Got ants everywhere. Alright. There's the Amida. This is the camp where you learn how to augment your gear and stuff. Mutamix Bubble Pot says, who is Uplander come to tent ring of Mutamix Bubble Pots? You have a dagger from Mendilia? Swinbro says 50 tool drinks in airy self. Fahobas says when full of airy self, 50 tool changes to Stony Shine, name of Materia. Coco Samu says, if Materia join with other 50 tool, Mutamix Bubble Pot says, then Big Eyes, 50 tool gains power of Aries self. Mutamix continues. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Menfilia. Well, yeah. Mutamix continues. Yes. Tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. Menfilia wants Uplander to see power of Materia. Uplander brings 50 tool to Mutamix, yes? Yeah. She gave it to me to bring to you. Mutamix Bubbly Pots says 50 tool is unstrong as eating tool. Make good Teachy show of power of Materia. Swinbro says the Materia Master. Mutamix says now eyes of Uplander point at 50 tool, yes? Materia join with 50 tool. fighty tool. No, it's my second playthrough, but it's been a while since I went through here, so yeah. Munimix says, Fighty tool gains power of Materia. Fighty tool reborn. Here, Uplander, take Fighty tool to Minfilia. Swinbro says, Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. Fahobeth says, not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must be significant spirit bound. That being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. Coco Samuel says, when ye attach a piece of materia to gear, ye imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mutamix turned that dagger of yours from somewhat as would have struggled to cut steak into a weapon worth wielding. Mutamix says, Uplander wishes to be joiner of Materia. The Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. Mutamix continues, with knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of Materia. If Uplander wants a brain case to rattle with knowings of Materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learny ones of Mutamix. Okay. Materia extraction. Okay, we'll do that. Swinbro says, what would you say if I told you that inanimate objects can possess a soul? They can, believe it or not, although the soul in question is not their own, but that of their owner. Through faithful service, the arms and armor that we use come to hold our spiritual energy. Thus do we form a spirit bond with them. The spiritual energy can be drawn out and converted into materia, a special kind of crystal that can be attached to gear to enhance its properties. I am well versed in the ways of materia extraction. If you wish to learn more about the process, it would be my pleasure to teach you. Okay. You are ready to commence your learning? Good. As you will have gathered by now, materia is the crystallized form of one's spiritual energy. As this energy is derived from an individual's psyche, a volatile beast at the best of times, a degree of variance is to be expected in its production. In practice, this means that you won't know the exact properties of a stone until you cradle it in your hand. Now, materia won't grant you much of anything on its own. Its power must be tapped, see, and this is achieved by melding it to gear. Know, though, that it takes the deft hands of a craftsman to meld materia. You can always seek others to attach materia on your behalf, but if you would sooner do it yourself, I recommend you speak with Fahobhez, Melding is her field of expertise. If you wish to remove materia from an item, highlight its icon and select Retrieve Materia. There is a chance that the materia will be salvaged. Okay. Does that mean I can? Yes, I can. I keep trying to take the materia out of this stuff. And there we go. Okay. Oh, what do you want? Disciple of the Hand at level 19. I'll probably come back. Because I don't think... Yeah, it's not high enough level. Okay. Alright. Okay. Back onto our case. Deliver the Materia Enhanced Dagger to Menphilia. Okay. And that's probably to the Waking Sands. Yeah. Okay. We will use the Vesper Bay ticket for that. Got him. Might as well use him. Yeah. Alright. Let's go on over to Vesper Bay. Well, we're in Vesper Bay. We're going to the Waking Sands. That is a dungeon quest unlock. I think we'll probably do that when we do class quests. And I'm thinking of doing job quests when I hit 30. That way I can just do a bunch of them at the same time. Alright, Menphilia. If I can click on it. Here we go. I clicked on it. Okay. Menphilia, I have your dagger has been materia enhanced for you. She says, welcome back. I give her her dagger. And she says, oh, what a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Nyra, so make it your ally. Now, it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray, speak with me when you are ready to begin. Okay, I am ready to begin. Ooh. Okay. Menphilia says, word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungust, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amaja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amaja responsible for the abductions, so they mean to have Ungust attend as planned. As the Amaja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them, Nyra. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scortion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bid me tell you to save some for him. Such is his confidence in you, a confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray make yourself Pray take yourself to Camp Dryborn and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Okay, back to Drybone. Off we go. Okay. Around here somewhere. This way? Where's the flame captain? But oh, here we go. Sergeant! Flame Sergeant says, "Ah, you're Nyra Wulfenshade of the Scorpions. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amija and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizard men aren't aware that their man, August, has been exposed. When they came to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scotians." Or Science. "The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amija plot if the mission succeeds, Nyra. Let's make sure it does." Alright, let's head out. Run. Whew. Oh boy. It's like some radio music or something. Alright, sprint. Okay, it's up over here somewhere. Nope, I don't want to fate. Go away. I'm fine. Okay. Hey, things are going to start getting hostile here. Okay, up this way. Up this way. Doesn't look like that's going to attack me. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Hello. Okay, yeah, that way. Destination, alright. Okay. Oh, it's that guy again. Flame Sergeant says, "Is the bait in place?" Do believe so. Flame Private says, "Our man is in position, sir." Flame Sergeant says, "Good. We make our move as soon as the Amija appear." Flame Private says, "Yes, sir." And Gus says, "Wah!" Amija Warrior says, "What is the meaning of this?" Flame Private says, "Wait, something's amiss." Oh. Gus laughs. Traitor's flame soldier says, "Ah, ha, 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 ha. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here." And Gus says, "You eluded the immortal flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it?" Traitor's flame soldier says, "'Twas almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside." Aye, your every movement was known to me ahead of time. And Gus says, "Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep." Traitor's flame soldier says, "They're all yours." That traitor's flame soldier did a little wave to Gus as he walked off. Alright, which one do I start with? That all just ran by me. Okay. Okay. Okay, you gotta go, dude. This is a long one, apparently. Okay. Not familiar with this job. They fell. Traitor's flame soldier says, "Put up your weapon or your comrade's a dead man." Flame private, behind you! And I got hit by something and seemed to be passing out. And there's the ground. Augustus says, "Bring her." The rest of you, march, says the traitorous soldier. Flame Sergeant says, traitorous scum. Okay. We are in prison. Flame Private. Okay, there's the sergeant. Okay. He's a person. Hi. Alright, let's see about getting out of here. Flame Sergeant says, I fear they might just mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death with steel in hand. Ah, Bowl of Embers. Now accessible. Alright. Let's see here. Is it... It's level 20. Am I... I can't. Okay. Let's see if... I'll just write I can heal in case I don't know. First. Q. Okay. I love fast cues. Elijah Ziggurat say, Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. O mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. Uh-oh. Bam! That is ugly. O mighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame and mark them as your own. But bloody hells, bring those too as well. Ugh. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. A Major Warrior says, none but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the riot of so many. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. Ungus says, no, spare me, I beg you. Ifrit says, pitiful children of man. By my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions, feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. Oh, we're fine. Flame Sergeant says, "Oh, mighty Ifrit." Flame Private says, "My one true God." Traitor Soldier says, "Your words are my bread." The leader of the Imaja says, "Impossible! By what sorcery do you resist my master's will?" Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another. Yes, that is the only explanation. Everyone's backing away. Ifrit, forsworn thy frail mortal frame can serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxes clear. Thou art the godless blessed's number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. Okay, here we go. ABCs, always be casting. Ouch. Oh, he's got it turned the wrong way. There we go. There we go, there we go. No, you don't. Not on my watch. Nope. There we go. Ifrit has been defeated. And there's a crystal on the ground. Looks like there's a few more spaces for crystals. Thancred says, "Pray forgive my lateness." You are very late, Thancred. Thancred continues. I was delayed by a congregation of Amalja zealots. I swear. Each seemed more enthusiastic than the last. Oh, there's one more. Oh, flying daggers. Thancred. How assassination-like of you. Thancred continues. I see the Bloodthorn wasted no time extracting the captives. No less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Nyra. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. Thank you, Thancred. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings. Camp Dryborn, shall we? Okay. Flame Soldier says, this way, sir. Nero told Scavija says, so that was the mighty Ifrit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Uda interference into account. Question mark says, you should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the Velith Legion. Probably the 12th Legion. The stranger continues, nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Nero continues, never ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. Livia Sas Junius says, we've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Nero says, not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our preliminary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by that adventure's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Livia says, perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. Nero says, with allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Alright, exit. Leave duty, yes. And talk to Thancred. Yay! Let's switch real quick. There we go. Thancred says, "Ah, there you are, Nyra. Come, rest a while. You will have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ambiguous defeat, the Imaja will be less inclined to risk our wrath, for a time at least." Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once, a man is tempered. Ah, but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Nyra. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the waking sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Alright. I think with that, we'll just sign off and say see you tomorrow. So, have a good one, y'all.